If you've spent a good amount of time in Arc Raiders, then you're probably trying to get your hands on some legendary blueprints. And the best place to do it is at a Harvester. The Harvester is a map event that contains incredible loot but requires solving a complicated puzzle. Oh, and it also just so happens to be one of the most dangerous locations in the game. Without further ado, here's our guide for how to solve the Harvester puzzle in Arc Raiders. The very first thing you'll have to worry about is actually getting to the Harvester, as it's always guarded by several Arc, including Hornets, a Rocketeer, and a Queen or Matriarch. One of the fancier ways you can sneak by is by using a photoelectric cloak to get you straight to the doors of the Harvester without alerting any of the enemy Arc. Fair warning that other players can and will hear you though, and if they're not friendly, can quickly end your raid before it's even begun. The next easiest and cheapest way to get into the Harvester is to wait for an opening where no Arc are in front of one of the Harvester's 3 openings, then simply throw down a smoke grenade and sprint straight toward the door. The other more time-consuming way is to eliminate the Arc from a distance. A couple of showstopper nades and some wolf packs are plenty to take out the flying Arc. This will obviously take a bit longer before you can start looting the Harvester, but it will make it that much safer to get into. Alright, the next step is to break inside the Harvester. The Harvester has 3 openings, each with vents the Harvester uses to, well, vent out fire periodically. You can either wait until the fire has subsided completely and then breach the vents, or go in just as the fire is subsiding and slip through the vents, risking taking a bit of damage. Quick tip that some players will take off their shield during this section of the puzzle so as to not risk damaging and breaking their shield. Just be wary that you'll be that much easier to kill if any nearby players also doing the Harvester puzzle decide they don't want to cooperate with you. Once inside, the next step is to look for 3 canisters. Take the risers up to the top area of the Harvester's core and begin breaching the containers. You'll spot a canister immediately behind one of the breachable panels. Simply drop the canister in the center of the core and continue breaching until you've found all 3. Quick tips here are to be on your toes. The Harvester will periodically send out electrical blasts that will shock you and stun you. And if you hear an alarm, stop what you're doing immediately and run for one of the exits, either on the sides through the vents or out and above from the upper level, as this is the audio cue that the Harvester is about to vent out fire.
Watch out, go.
Last, we'd recommend not worrying about searching any of the breachable containers until after the Harvester puzzle is complete, as you won't have to worry about any environmental hazards after you've completed all the steps of the main puzzle. Once all 3 canisters are collected, the next step is to breach open the 3 slots in the center pillar and slot the canisters inside. You'll have to be quick here, as once the first canister is slotted inside, a short timer will start. Once all 3 canisters are inside, yellow lights will activate around the Harvester. Shoot and destroy each of these lights. This is where cooperation comes in handy, as this section of the puzzle also operates on a timer. If you don't destroy all of the yellow lights before the timer runs out, you'll have to start over by placing the 3 canisters inside the pillar once again. Luckily, however, you'll be able to pick up where you left off on the yellow lights. Once all the lights are destroyed, the center pillar will open up with 3 lootable containers, with each of them containing a high chance at a legendary blueprint for either an Equalizer or a Jupiter. This is also a great time to go back and search the containers above, as the environmental hazards from the Harvester will have stopped by this point. From here, all that's left to do is to extract with all your well-earned loot. Just be careful to make sure you dodge both the Queen and any hostile players still around the map. And that's our guide for how to complete the Harvester puzzle in Arc Raiders. Good luck getting those legendary blueprints, and we'll see you in the next one.